Hi there everyone. Today we're going to talk about the most important piece of scuba gear you could possibly ever own. What is that, you may ask? A mask. So come join us. Hey, thanks for joining us again. And for those of you that is the first time on our channel, we really appreciate you showing up and at least clicking on us and check us out. And if you like this content, hit that like button. And if you really want to see more of this content as it comes out, hit that subscribe and that little bell thingy so that you get notified. Today we're going to talk about masks. Masks. How do we choose? It is the most important piece of kit that you could ever buy. It is not necessarily the most expensive thing, but it can get expensive, and even more expensive if you don't get a mask that fits the first time. Fit is the most important thing. If mask doesn't fit correctly, it's gonna leak on you. If it leaks on you, you have to clear it all the time. If you're clearing it all the time, your diving is gonna suck. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna do it as often, and it's just not gonna be fun, right? So it's really important to get that mask to fit correctly, and really there's only one way you can do that, and that's going into a shop, trying them on. Even the manufacturers themselves, between different models, they change the sizes of the skirts and the way they fit and that kind of stuff, so they could try to fit a lot of different people. But at the end of the day, you have to try them on. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a $300 mask or a $50 mask, it's gotta fit. So the easiest way to do that, to make sure it fits, is to fold back your mask strap a little bit. The mask strap is really only there so that if your mask gets hit or something like that, it doesn't fly off your face and you lose your mask. The actual sealing of the mask pretty much keeps it on your face. So the way we do it here is you gotta look up, put the mask on your face, and if you've got a beard or anything like I do today, is you got to make sure that you get the mask up high into the nose, and then without pushing down on it, suck it into your nose, hold it. It should stay on your face, and then look down and then release your nose, release your breath out of your nose, and it should fall off into your hands. Fairly easy to do. What you're looking for is, if the mask, you put it on your face, you suck it, it sucks down, you see it moves, but it doesn't stay. So right now I have a leak where my hairs are here. Other places to look for a leak is actually by your eye socket. I can actually make pretty much any mask leak if I want to. I just have to smile. And ones that work better, I have to smile harder. So, and then what happens is I get a little leak here, I get a little water in it. It's not terrible. I do know it's gonna happen if I smile, so it doesn't bother me so much. And I just clear it really easily because it's just a little bit of water in my mask. However, everybody's different on where your leak can be, and it also depends on the mask and the skirting. All right, let's talk about lenses themselves, okay? The lenses typically are made out of tempered glass, and there actually is a whole plethora of quality of glass out there. The lowest one would just be a standard tempered glass, and if you took a side shot of it and looked at it from the side, it's kind of got a green tint to it, which you'd see on most tempered glass, like you'd see in your home or on your car, that kind of stuff. And that blue tint to it actually kind of reduces the colors and the light coming into your mask. And then they have other grades of lenses that go from ultra clear to a shot glass, which is the best glass you can get out there, and it's just better qualities of glass. The other things with lenses is you can get different coatings on them so that they can be tinted. There's some tint that is used for color correction underwater, so you can see the vibrant colors of, say, a reef down in the Keys or out in the Caribbean, that kind of stuff. The other thing that you can do is you can also get mirrored lenses or tinted lenses, basically like sunglasses underwater. We really don't recommend those types of masks or lenses here at Cozmo Adventures, and there's a couple different reasons. As an instructor, it's really important for me to see a student's eyes so I can identify any kind of stress that's going on in there. And if they are stressed, they need to be able to see my eyes so I can help them in reducing their stress by seeing some calming eyes. The other reason that we don't recommend it is not for the instructor side of it. It's more for out there as buddy teams. A new diver paired up with a experienced diver. That new diver really should not have any kind of mirror or tint on their lenses so that you can't see their eyes, so that experienced diver as a mentor can help them work through any kind of stresses that they may have, and then also being able to once again have a nice common pair of eyes as their buddy to help them work through that. Especially as new divers, as new divers there's a lot of things you think about underwater that stress you out. So very important in our minds is not to have tinted lenses. All right, continuing on the lenses, there's actually two different big categories of mask, if you will. Actually, there's a couple of them, if you will, but as in a lens standpoint, the biggest differences are you have a single lens opposed to a dual lens. It's more of kind of a preference thing. I have both. I can't tell you which one I like better. Typically a single lens will be a little lower profile, less volume in them, opposed to a dual lens. What's nice about a dual lens, you can actually pop these out. Most manufacturers with a dual lens, they'll have lenses that you can change out for prescriptions up to a certain point, so that you can make it very affordable if you have glasses to be able to put your lenses in here and not just kind of fudge through life and looking at your gauges, looking at wildlife. You can actually see what's kind of going on. You still can, if you can't get a mask or you don't like a mask with dual lenses and you want a single lens, or the lenses that you can find are not strong enough, we can actually send your mask away and get lenses put in there. Gets a little pricey. They can be anywhere between, just the lenses and installation can be anywhere between $350 on up to, I priced mine out where it was over $1,000 on top of the mask itself. So another option you can do, and I do recommend it because I do it, is I wear contacts when I go diving. And I use a disposable type so that if for some reason the mask leaks and it pops off underwater, I'm not worried about having to replace an expensive pair of multi-day or monthly lenses or yearly lenses. So if you wear glasses and you can wear contacts, I suggest doing that. It's a lot cheaper in the long run. Frames. All right, so there's really two types of frames out there. There will be a framed mask, kind of like this. It's got some plastic components to it. The frame itself holds the lenses in, opposed to masks that are frameless masks. As the name says, it is the mask, lens, and skirt are bonded together as one piece. You can't change them out. It's bonded together. If that bond fails, the mask is bad. Typically a frameless mask like this, very low volume. You don't have to use a lot of air to clear it. And then a framed mask, it's going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier. But one of the things it has to take a framed mask is a lot of times you can change out the lenses, as we talked about before. Typically those people that use a frameless mask, we like free divers, or tech divers, or recreational divers, really doesn't matter. But those are where it kind of like you see that a lot. They are a low volume mask, but they also sit closer to your face. So some people don't like it so close, so they rather, or it feels better if they have a frame mask where it sits out a little bit farther. This is a frameless mask, right? And this is a frame mask, right? So it's typically sticks out a little bit farther from your face. That's all. So let's talk about skirts. Right? There's really only two types of colors of skirting that you can get, and one's black and one's clear. What's the difference? Well, obviously, pretty obvious, right? Typically, Photographers, be it video or still pictures, they typically like a black mask or black skirt. And what that does is it gets rid of all the distractions that can happen out here in your peripheral. A lot of people, new divers or people that feel claustrophobic underwater or whatever, they typically will tend to go migrate towards a clear skirted mask. You can kind of see through it a little bit to the peripheral out the side a little bit, but it's more of just a blur. It's real hard to see. You're not going to be able to focus on it anyways. But some people like it. The other thing is with a clear skirt, you can get some reflections inside, so your visibility might not be as good as say a black skirted mask. Now with all the skirts, they have different sizes depending on the manufacturer of what their thought process is to how to get everybody to use their masks. But a lot of them will have like a dual lip on their skirt. Some will be, the skirt will be a little bit bigger. They'll use different materials in the skirt to help it be more supple or more flexible, and also put tension in different spots. So there's a lot of things that they do to try to market or make these masks for the major public. Straps these days, they're usually pretty good. They don't break as often as they used to in the past. They've been using better silicone for them. People tend to take care of them better than the past. So they last a pretty good amount of time. But it's always something good to have in your Save Dive kit, some kind of a strap. There's a couple options of straps out there. You have your standard silicone strap that comes with every mask out there. And then you have a neoprene strap. This is neoprene strap on the back, and it's got basically nylon, Velcro on the sides, banding on the sides. Very good for hair tangles. However, with these, you have to understand that when they get wet, this nylon stuff here will stretch a little bit, and so you might have to sit there and play with it a little bit to get the adjustment just right. The other thing you can do if you don't want to worry about the stretching is getting a neoprene flap strap that goes over your standard silicone strap. So you can get rid of this tangle, especially for women or somebody with long hair. You can get tangles with this stuff because it'll grip your hair and then it'll get all jacked up. So gadgets. Masks have no place for gadgets or gadgets on masks. However, there are stuff out there, and it's just trying to make people's lives easier, trying to make people comfortable, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you this. This is an old school mask. It's actually from the 80s. You see how monstrous this thing is, how far it sits off your face. It's got these lenses on the side. You kind of can look out the side, but you're not going to be able to see very well out the side. It's a lot of volume. It takes a lot to purge the water out here. The other thing this has got is a neat thing that manufacturers were doing for quite a while, was putting purges on the nose pocket. And what that would do is after you're looking down, you purge your mask. Instead of having to look up to purge your mask, you just kind of look down, purge your mask, and all the water comes out of this little purge. But there's a problem with the purge. They can stick, they can age. Eventually they allow water in, they don't work very well. And it's something that you see most of the manufacturers kind of gotten away from. There's still some out there. Not saying it's wrong, it's your choice, but they're big, they're bulky, and unnecessary. Because you really can't see through these side lenses. It just makes them big and bulky. And if you dive in a lot of current, you move your head with these big masks like this, the current's going to try to pop these things off and make them leak. So things to think about. Gadgets, They also have some out there that have like a GoPro mount on it. Yeah, you can use those as long as it fits your face. Remember, those things are gadgety, so they may not fit everybody. It allows you to have your GoPro so you can do videos and stuff like that. Gadgets. So, in conclusion, masks are personal. You got to go out and you got to try them on. There's a bunch of different aspects to the different types of masks out there, qualities to them. You have to pick out the ones that you want, what you like and what you want. It's kind of hard, especially as a new diver, what you think you might want. But at the end of the day, stay away from gadgets, stay away from tinted lenses, at least at the beginning, and try them on. All right, that's really the gist of it, try it on. All right, so if you liked what you saw today, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you want to see it as we put more out there. Comments. Hey, tell us your experiences of buying a mask and trying on masks, or your experiences of what you like about your mask. It'd be really interesting to see what everybody says. So until next time, go diving and be safe.